Holy smokes, it's that time of year once again. Welcome to the Big T today. My name's Frank Vespi. To my left, track announcer, pickleball all-star, Dave Rodman joins me. Dave, we got a lot to do here at the Big T for the next 7 days of live racing.
Yeah, kicking it off with Ladies' Day today at Nick's Grandstand Grill. We'll have Grooms Awards each and every race. Tomorrow's College Day. Fun Pack 2 stakes races tomorrow, right? The
one tomorrow and one the following Saturday.
Saturday.
Tomorrow is the $75,000 Timonium Distaff. We got a bumper crop lined up for that, 10 plus and also eligible, $2 $500,000 earners. We'll talk about this tomorrow, Dave, but I'm thinking that's the best Timonium race in years.
Yeah, it came up really, really strong, and actually all of the cards, very strong, I thought. Racing Office doing a great job.
Absolutely.
Recruiting horses here to run at the Big T, and why wouldn't they, right? So much fun. The Ferris wheel's turning. We're up here, second floor, just outside Nick's Grandstand Grill and simulcast area. It's great if you've never been up to the second floor at Timonium in recent years. It's a must-do, especially if you like to play Timonium and the other tracks as well. And it's a little too tempting to be sitting on the other side of the rail of the bar there. What would you like?
Yeah, I walked in and the bud was flowing. So,
okay.
Not to me yet, but, day is young. All right, we've got a 9-race card here to kick off our 7-day stand in Timonium at the Maryland State Fair. Come on out and join us or play along by the Simos. And Dave, let's dive right in here. One wagering note, no jackpot pick 6 this year, no jackpot pick 6. That is off the wagering menu, but we got plenty of other ways for you to spend and hopefully make money here. Let's start race 1, Dave. Maiden 5,000s going a mile. Take out the 2-horse in here, remastered. Take out number 2. That leaves a field of 5. And do you like the favorite? The favorite's Union League. What do you think?
I think we're both taking a stab against Union League here on the big class drop off the claim down to 5,000 after the claim for 12.5. Spunky Irishman, my top pick, your top pick. The game plan really went astray last start, Frank, as soon as the gates opened. It worked forward between horses, lost considerable ground from the quarter pole home. The race 2 back is a triple key race, long wrap sheet, won back-to-back at Presque Isle Downs, and 2 other horses have come out of there to win. And all that he has to do is run back to one of his better races, which I thought was April over Crosstown at Laurel Park, to be a factor in here. And it'll be a better price, obviously, than the class-dropping Union League. Claim but drops here. Anthony Ferrier always sending out a strong contingent at any track. Claim, but the 50% or more drop off the claim isn't really a top angle from the barn.
No, this is a horse that it feels almost like they're kind of racing to get ahead of him here. He was a $90,000 auction horse. Then he was claimed for $45,000. Now he's been claimed for $12.5. Now he's yours for a nickel. That seems like a reason to maybe take a little bit of a stand against. So we're both going to do that. You start a pick 3 and, of course, early double here in the first. Any other thoughts on the first race, Dave?
No, I kind of threw in the 5,000 Idols as an oddball horse. The race at Laurel, July 7th, won by Nick's Little Boy, a horse we'll talk about a little later in the program, was 20 points above the dog figure par. You knew it would come up.
We haven't talked about the dog figs yet, but we will.
We will.
We will. We will. Dave Rodman, proprietor of the Dog Figs. We got a huge dog fig angle there with 1,000 Idols. All right, on to race 2 here. Race 2, claim 10,000, never win 2, going 6.5 furlongs. That's 2 turns here at the Big T. You want to scratch the 4-horse here. Watch Me Disappear. Jorge Hernandez going to ride the 1-horse Ellie Victorino. The diminutive Jorge Hernandez up in the irons. And Dave, we're kind of shuffling the deck here a little bit, going in a couple different directions. You're going to land on the 3-horse Thunder Boss for Rudy Sanchez Salomon.
Well, there's a couple speeds in the race, and I think Thunder's Boss, she's the speed of the speed. Off a turf effort last time out, she's a better filly on the main track. She's very quick early, and I think her turn of foot early is going quick speed out of the gate is going to take care and discourage I Have Courage. So I went Thunder Boss on top. And if the speeds fall apart, then the logical closer to me would be Ellie Victorina breaking from the inside there. Won't be up close, I don't believe, to the speed of Thunder Boss, but her most effective runs have been closing from off the pace. As a matter of fact, her maiden win you see down at Laurel, coming from third in the field, some 5 lengths off the pace, and that could be where she is placed today. Intriguing horse to me is Ride the Rapids. First time Lasix for Phil Capuano. Don't tell anybody, Frank. But
it's our secret, Dave.
Okay, but Phil Capuano, first time Lasix, is 6 for 16, and a huge positive ROI of $5.79. Only you and I know that.
No, that's our secret,
Okay.
but that's a good angle.
Okay,
that's
so there's
almost
an
as
angle
good as
for
a
you.
dog fig
All right,
angle.
right.
But Phil Capuano, I landed on my sister Nancy here on significant class drop for John Salzman Jr., Carlos Lopez in the irons. Carlos, a very, very accomplished bull ring rider here on a horse dropping in class. On to race 3, Mr. Rodman, claim 25, never win 2. Once again, going 6.5 furlongs. And, well, golly, we're just not anywhere on this one. Why don't you tell us all about the 5-horse here, Nick's Little Boy?
Well, you get the feeling that they got away with it with adding blinkers and dropping the horse in for 12.5, going from turf to dirt. That maiden 12.5 score has come back very strong. 3 winners out of that race. And as I told you, it was really an above par race, I thought, for the maiden 12.5 level. So even though it looks like he's stepping up, I thought the ease at which he won that race and the time would indicate he's ready. He's ready for a little jump in here, and that is Nick's Little Boy with Carlos Lopez, you mentioned a few moments ago.
Yeah, I by the way, I did not mention, but should have, we're taken out the 1-horse here, right?
Plain
by
one,
its absence.
yeah, by its absence, is absent, and Great Days Ahead, who was
And
going to get a
the
lot of
4-horse,
money.
yep.
We're dropping into the condition here out as well. And honestly, I didn't have him 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm kind of disappointed he's out because I thought he was going to take a lot of money. So I don't think you're going to get the price on Nick's Little Boy as advertised by Keith Fustel's Morning Line.
So I landed on Victim of the Night here, and you're not using him anywhere. And just, people should know, go with Dave Rodman when we're apart. But, Victim of the Night to me has kept much better company, dropping in class for coming back into the barn, second time back in the barn with Mike Juralis. This horse won his only race for Mike Juralis. Angel Cruz in the irons. Cruz was the leading rider here last year, and looks to have plenty of live mounts this weekend as well. I feel like this horse has much better efforts he can return to.
Yeah, I respect the barn, and I thought that his maiden win at Laurel in November was very good. I mean, I thought actually that he would come back and win his next race, but he caught a muddy track, then they laid him up. So obviously something went amiss there, and I think the turf was a little bit of a prep to get a race under him. I might have overlooked him, I think, but I'm going to throw him in the mix underneath.
We'll
I like the 5 in there, though.
Yeah, yep. All right, that's the 3rd race. Any other thoughts on that? Or
No,
on to the
I very rarely have thoughts that are worth thinking about.
And
Right.
none you'd want to
All right.
share. I got you. All right, on to the 4th race. The 4th race, claim 10,000, never win 2. Fillies and mares going 6.5 furlongs here. And, once again, we're jiggling things up here a little bit. You're going to land on the 2-horse that's Stormin' Amanda from Marco Salazar.
This race really, I could have gone many, many ways. I thought it was a difficult race to handicap. Cora's Choice, Miss Antietam are 2 principal speeds, raking with a good outside draw there. When they met, Miss Antietam beat Cora's Choice, but Cora's Choice was wisely sent to the front and breaking the maiden last time out by Angel Cruz, and I think they're only going to have one tack, and that's go again, which may take care of Miss Antietam up front. But I went with kind of a horse that may be a little under the radar, and that's a Stormin' Amanda. Marco Salazar, right? He loves Timonium. 8 starters at the Big T and 2 winners. I know it's a small sample. It looks like he aims horses for this meet. He's dropping into 10 after 2 turf races. And that turf race 4 back, actually, behind Mary Jane Crome, came up with a nice number, I thought, and I don't know. I mean, looks like a turf horse, but she broke a maiden at Tampa on the dirt, right? Going, well, excuse me, was awarded first money in the maiden score, so technically no longer a maiden there, but has some good tactical early speed, I hope, and should be fit coming off the turf. I went more of a trainer angle in the spot.
Are you concerned there? This horse is the last 3 starts on the dirt are not good. They're not good enough to win here. Does that give you pause, or
but she's run well on a turf at another track, so that was the real question mark, you know. And I thought Cora's Choice may be the principal speed to beat. 3 St. Foxy in here comes off a synthetics to dirt, a Smarty Jones filly. Smarty Jones 14% dirt sprint sire. And I think that race 2 back at Presque Isle, a little bit deceiving. I went back and looked at that. She made a nice move 5 wide on the turn. They have her 5th at the 8th pole, though I thought she actually loomed up a big threat. Kind of flattened out late there, only beaten a couple of lengths. So if she can improve synthetic to dirt, and we've seen some horses do that, right? Smarty Jones should. St. Foxy has an outside chance, too. I just mixed it up. And again, no strong opinion here.
Yeah, on St. Foxy, Jerry Brooks, the trainer, has won 3 out of 23 here at the Big T in recent years, but 13 in the money. I landed on Miss Antietam in this spot, Dave, and part of my logic was that when she did see Cora's Choice, as you referenced, she thrashed Cora's Choice. I like being drawn outside the other speed. She can, if she breaks first, she can go. If not, she could perhaps sit, kind of right to the throat latch of Cora's Choice and then take care of that one when she wants. That's kind of where I landed there. So
that's a let's move on race for me. I mean, I'm still thinking, I made the wrong choice, but
yeah. Well, we'll see. We had a lot of let's move on last year here, Dave, but this is a new year here at the Big T. Race 5 is $5,000 starter allowance. These kind of old hard knockers going 6.5 furlongs. Pretty interesting contest teed up here. You got a couple of sort of favorites that I feel like you could maybe shoot holes in, and I did in fact try to do that, and you in fact tried to do that, Dave.
Yeah, well, we both like the same horses here, just in different order, 7-2-2-7, and I'm thinking this is going to be a nice exacta box if you're into that. But it's a strong race actually from top to bottom, featured by my top pick here, number 2. His name is Sue, a 17-time winner on fast and sloppy tracks this year. Earlier forecast when I looked at this race a few days ago, we said that we might have some rain in the morning hours. We had only a few sprinkles, so the track is fine. Yep. The track is fast, but has won all kinds of tracks. Dazzle was speed at Pimlico back in late May. This horse has the ability to stay off anyone else who might try to beat him to the punch on the lead. I mean, that race at Pimlico was awesome back in May, and with a decent draw there, Hagler didn't have his speed to the inside. Good break, and Axel aboard. I like him today. His name is Sue. Maybe a logical punch closer in here is Velvet Ghost coming off the mile and an 8th, mile and a 16th efforts. It loomed up at Laurel in the 1-turn mile back in March. So I think the fitness level here will get him across into the exacta, beaten by the same horse. Last 2 starts, Paradise Pride at Laurel and Delaware, and 4th beaten only a length behind Albertano. How many races has he won? I should have looked it up. I can tell you here in a second.
1 million.
He's Albertano is a 9-time winner, 4 times this year, 5 last year. So in form, veteran.
Yeah, no, he's a hard hitter. And I sort of did the same thing but flipped him. Velvet Ghost, Jose Corrales. Jose, if you're into this angle, first trainer you saw today, for me it's Jose Corrales. So.
He used to win a lot for me, yeah.
I kind of like it.
Yeah.
It's as good as any of my other angles.
Except for Ham Smith. I see him every day, and he looks at me and goes, oh, no. And he turns around and goes the other way. So that Ham Smith angle doesn't work for me.
Do you know anything about the rider on Velvet Ghost, Urdaneta? I am not familiar with his work.
He rode at Tampa Bay a few years back, and I believe he was injured and has come back. So,
okay.
Yeah.
So there we go. Urdaneta on Velvet Ghost. 2-7 for Dave, 7-2 for me. on to the sixth race. Sixth race is an optional starter allowance claiming. Going 4 furlongs in that would be the key. Except our guys got the wrong picks up for me.
Race 6. Oh, you got 3, right? Miner's Gem?
So no, I got the 4 here.
Oh.
Always something.
All right.
So go 4-3-5 for me, 3-1-5 for Dave. Dave, Miner's Gem. Speak to me.
Yeah, I mean, he's 1 for 1 at Timonium. He comes off a sharp gate-to-wire win going 6. I think he's got enough speed to prompt and stay close. And he's from the Robb Barn. You get good trainer-jockey combination. And for a mare that's sharp, who's won at the Big T, and that put him right over the top here for the other speed horse, Spicy Margarita. She's very quick as well. Comes off 2 turf races, comes back to the dirt, and drops a bit from that 25 level on the grass up in New York. Could be a pace matchup from the get-go between the 3 and the 1A. Insightful, my third pick, again, has speed, gate to wire, turf last time out, but he got some races when Hector was a pup back in 2021 that would probably do here. A little bit concerned about the layoff and the light schedule that she's had throughout her career. And okay, yeah. So you're looking for always something.
I'm looking for always something because
to be speed of speed, or
I think so. Kevin Patterson, trainer Kevin Patterson, owner Bob Cole. They don't come here a ton. Bob Cole really likes to win here. He sends these rocket ships to go 4 furlongs. You look at this horse. This horse was 3 lengths clear going 4.5 against Similar at Charlestown last time. I think they pop the latches on top and nobody reels them in. So I'm going always something in this spot.
Well, I mean, in a perfect world for my pick, maybe a Spicy Margarita sends, your pick sends, and I can chase and sustain and then
with
nab them at the wire. Yeah, that's the way that's kind of the angle there. But you can't miss a beat in these half-mile races at the Big T.
You just got to go.
You have to be sharp out of the gate. You lose a length and a half at the start, just a stumble, and it changes the scenario.
And I don't think anybody's better at getting a horse ready to get out of the gate and go than Kevin Patterson. I mean, his record at Charlestown going 4.5 furlongs, Mountaineer going 4 furlongs, it's just crazy good. So
well, just scratched my top pick in the 8th race, the 5, 6, the hard way.
Yeah, there's the 5 is
just
out
now.
of the
I
8th?
just got.
Okay, had not heard that. All right, that is the 6. We got to go to the 7th first.
Right, correct. I just thought I'd throw that out. All right, before I forgot.
In the 7th race, maiden 25, 2-year-old fillies going a half mile, 4 furlongs. Take out the 7, Divine Magic. And Dave Rodman and I are in the exact same place. And I have a suspicion, Dave Rodman, it may be for the same reason.
Did you get a tip on this horse? Did I give you a tip on this horse?
Dave Rodman gave me a tip.
Did you talk to Keith Fustel?
I did not talk to Keith Fustel.
I told Keith Fustel about this horse. Just want to make sure he's not.
No, I haven't talked to Keith. Keith just walked by, too.
Yeah. Well, I think we like the horse for the same reason. Is it the sire? Is it the trainer? Or is it neither?
It's it's both. St. Patrick's Day, 3 for 13 with 2-year-old firsters. Kerry Raven, 3 for 8 with 2-year-old firsters and 4 for 15 with firsters overall. This horse, that last work, just kind of slugging around the track. Couple earlier, pretty fast for a 2-year-old filly.
Yeah, I mean, Kerry Raven, 2 for 6 with first-time starters in the last 3 years. I know, small sample, but kind of a hidden first-time starter sire there.
Yep.
In St. Patrick's Day. You had 3 for 13. I don't know what your parameters are. You had dirt sprints. I had something like that. 3 for 18, and they were all first-time starters. For
St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah.
Yeah, his oldest are 2-year-olds, and they're all
all 2-year-olds.
They've all made one start.
All right. So there you go.
Yeah. So we're both in the same place there, Dave. You go with the lower priced Jerry Robbins second. I go with the higher priced.
I don't know. Capitude in her debut moved up at the rail, loomed, was ridden along and faded. I have a small suspicion, looking at the charts at Delaware that day, that it may have been kind of an outside kick day, 3 or 4 wide, and this horse had the rail, and Jerry Rob's good with second start. She's, I just think maybe there's some improvement in the future here for Capito to toss that race at Delaware again. I thought maybe an outside flow day at Deli P.
Yeah, and what I liked about that, she showed a little bit of speed first time out of the box. Horses can take a nice step forward if they show a little bit of speed. They give you a little something. But you landed on G's Fireball underneath the other Jerry Robb. Go ahead and tell us about that.
Both trained by Robb. This filly was 4th and her second out behind Tupi, and Uncle Mo first-time starter out of a Tapit mare that we haven't seen since, but she was impressive enough in victory there.
Right.
So I thought it was just a very good race time-wise for maiden special weight 2-year-olds, and she just kind of even-paced it around there, dropping in for 25 today. She may be a little bit closer to the pace on the class drop, and having faced a very quick filly named Tupi, it'll be interesting to see what's going on with her. I believe, was that a Graham Motion horse? I'm not sure.
And that race did produce a next out winner. The runner-up came back.
Yeah, remember me, came back and class jumped to win. Yeah.
Yep. So, all right, any other thoughts on the 7th race here, Dave?
True Sunshine, number 2 by Palace City, by City Zip.
I know what you're trying to say.
You know what I'm saying. 7%, 2-year-old first-time starters to the sire. Carlos Lopez has the mount here. And always got to respect the Salzman barn with the young horses. Has a series of works going way back to April. So you got to say she's fit, right? Enough. She's been consistent in her work pattern.
All right, so 6-1-4-2 for me, 6-4-2-1 for Dave. On to the 8th, the feature of the day, allowance optional claimer, going a mile, fillies and mares 3 and up. And Dave, Maryland, it's got to be the only state where we have a 1-turn mile and a 3-turn mile, and this is the latter.
Yes.
And we're once again, look at us agreeing.
Well, by default, because my original pick was Hazardous Humor out, and my other pick about 10 minutes ago was Six the Hard Way, late scratch. So I kind of default there into the 2. She's a rolling stone. My only concern about this mare is the time away from the races going a mile. Not a super strong angle, and she's going to be kind of a short price, but I think you got to use her. One Freccia d'Argento is the other Rudy Solomon. He just scratched 5-6 the hard way, so maybe he's pretty confident by leaving her in. That Pimlico sprint back in May was good enough here to win, where she was second behind Royal Whisper in that 6-furlong sprint right off the claim. Then they tried her on the grass. Then she ran into the tough Parish Belle, who's running this weekend, Louisiana bred, and then Mama G's Wish last time out. So I think she's in a spot here, coming from those sprint 6 and 7 furlongs to stretch. She's had some races under her belt, Liam's Map filly, and a ground-saving run. So honestly, the price-wise, I would probably play the 1. So I'm going to go 2-1-4, 2 by default, but actually it could be 1-2-4.
I went 2-7-4 here. Just getting back to She's a Rolling Stone for a minute, as you said, first at 6 months for this runner. Damon Dilla D'Amico, though, does have a positive ROI, bringing horses back off 61 to 180 days. Also a positive ROI using jockey Jaron Barbosa, who's in the irons here. Those are both good signs. Obviously, that last one was not good. Seems to have perhaps gotten a little bit dinged up there, so they gave her some time away. Prior to that, was running well and keeping the right kind of company. 2 back, won a Maryland-bred allowance, beating next out winner Mitt Mazel, and also Game Stonks. Game Stonks has got on this year. She's been, let's say, very ambitiously placed a number of times, including in the if I'm not mistaken, the Delaware Handicap and the Ogden Phipps. So she's sort of gone on some bigger efforts. So I think this horse was seeing better, maybe a bit of a class drop angle here for that one. In this race, as Dave mentioned, take out the 5-horse, 6 the hard way. Also the 8, 9, and 10, Isabella's Glory, Hazardous Humor. Vicatini, no drinks for you. All right, Dave, nightcap, 9th race, 6.5 furlongs, beaten 5 claimers, fillies and mares. It is ladies' day, lots of ladies. So what do you think on the 9th race?
Well, 1, 5, 6, and 8 are out of the 9th race.
Yep.
I landed on Performance Anxiety, thinking she's just faster than these. She comes out of a race at Laurel where Wolfer Desire was much too quick. She kind of had a rough and tumble start, bumped a little bit, inside angled outside, way outside in that race. But with a better break today, she beat Illusion of Hope. She beat Victoria Riviera. Those horses ran above par dog figs and running 2nd and 3rd behind Performance Anxiety, which was a bit of a above par race for me. So I think that put her over the top. With a filly like this, who maybe not, she may not be on the lead. I'm a little bit concerned, obviously, of any kind of pace slowdown up front. So that's a little bit of a concern here. Chica Rabiosa has a good turn of foot early, and she probably is going to maybe try to steal the show out there. So, yeah, I went 4-2. And the question mark horse, Bad Temper, walked off last time out the track and comes back today for Horace Parker. And actually is a good effort, going 7 furlongs at Laurel with a 66 buyer number, which is better than Performance Anxiety's last 4. So,
yeah,
kind of I don't know what to do.
If she comes back well, she probably wins this race. And you and I are in the exact same place, as jumbled up slightly, 294, 429. And everything Dave said is accurate. So,
well, that's a first.
Any last thoughts on today's card, Dave?
No.
Any one horse that's going to pay for your pickled pizza this afternoon?
Like a best bet?
Sure.
Yeah.
Got one?
I like Nick's Little Boy in the 3rd race.
Okay.
That's a above par dog fig.
Above par
which is
dog
a
fig.
proprietary algorithmic formula
Derivative
derived from the
based.
derivation and backed by the full faith and credit of Bitcoin. So you can trust
you
the dog
cannot
figs.
beat that. All right, we are 30 to post here on opening day at the Big T. Thanks for joining us. I'm Frank Vespi. He's Dave Rodman. Have a great day, everybody. Welcome to all the ladies here on Ladies' Day. And good luck, everybody.
Good luck.